Long-time lurker, first-time writer. I had to reach out after what happened to me and Linda this past August on our hiking trip to Blackwater Woods. I know what you're thinking. Hiking story? Been there, done that. But trust me, this is different. This one will stick with you. I never thought I'd be sending in a story, but this experience has me seriously messed up. Now, I'm not a big outdoors guy. I like my creature comforts. A good burger, a comfy couch, maybe a documentary on, something normal. But Linda, my wife, she's all about nature. Fresh air, exercise, the whole one with the earth deal. So yeah, wilderness isn't exactly my cup of tea. I'd take a cozy coffee shop over a muddy trail any day. But hey, happy wife, happy life, right? So for our anniversary, she talked me into a weekend camping trip in Blackwater Woods. Big mistake. The first day wasn't bad. We stuck to the marked trails and saw some interesting birds, though I couldn't tell a blue jay from a woodpecker to save my life. We roasted marshmallows over a crackling fire that night. Crisp air, vibrant leaves, the whole picturesque scene. We even ran into a friendly park ranger who pointed us towards a supposedly breathtaking overlook, a slight detour from the main path. The second day, though, that's where things went sideways. We set out early, eager to see this scenic wonder. By lunchtime, the perfect weather took a nasty turn. The heavens opened up, rain sheeting down in a relentless curtain. Suddenly, that scenic overlook felt less like a postcard and more like a watery prison. We were soaked to the bone, miles from our campsite. A cold dread seeped into the edges of my comfort zone. Lost and desperate, we stumbled upon something that shouldn't have been there. A small, weathered cabin nestled amidst the towering trees. It looked straight out of a horror movie. Crooked porch, peeling paint, the whole works. The kind of place you wouldn't catch a squirrel entering on a sunny day. Now, under normal circumstances, common sense would have screamed to get away. But common sense takes a back seat when you're freezing, lost, and the rain is coming down like a waterfall. And we were freezing and desperate, so in we went. We exchanged a look, the unspoken question hanging heavy in the air. Linda, ever the optimist, gave me a reassuring squeeze and led the way. The rusty chain on the door groaned in protest, but with a creaking push it gave way. Inside, it was like a scene straight out of the Twilight Zone. It was like stepping into a time capsule. Dust motes danced in the dim light, filtering through cracks in the boarded-up windows. A dusty table in the center held the remnants of a half-eaten meal. A plate with a half-eaten apple, a wrapped sandwich, even an open can of beer. It looked like someone had vanished mid-dinner. The strangest part, everything, the plates, the food, even the beer, was coated in a thick layer of dust, like the cabin had been sealed shut for years. This wasn't right. This wasn't a cozy shelter from the storm. This was something else entirely. An unsettling silence hung in the air, broken only by the drumming rain on the roof. A shiver ran down my spine. We were both getting the same feeling, a primal instinct screaming at us to get out. It wasn't a sound or a movement, but a suffocating sense of being watched. There was something wrong. Linda, ever the optimist, must have felt it too. She forced a smile, but her eyes flickered nervously around the room, landing on the half-eaten meal once more. And then a sound, a deep, heavy thump. It sounded like something large, shifting in the darkness below. Our eyes met, wide with terror. The thump came again, closer this time. We didn't need words. With a shared look of desperate understanding, we bolted towards the door, the forgotten chill of the rain a distant concern, compared to whatever lurked beneath the floorboards. We threw ourselves out into the downpour, the creaking protest of the rusty hinges a fading sound behind us. Rain lashed our faces, blurring the already fading path behind us. We didn't care about the stinging cold or the mud sucking at our boots. All we cared about was putting distance between us and that horrifying cabin. We crashed through the undergrowth, branches whipping past, tearing at our clothes. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig sent fresh waves of terror through me. The thumping sound seemed to echo in the wet air, growing fainter but never truly disappearing. After what felt like an eternity, the heavy rain began to ease. We stumbled out of the thick woods, gasping for breath, our clothes plastered to our bodies like second skins. We were lost, miles off course, but a sliver of relief cut through the fear. We were alive. Exhausted and shivering, we huddled beneath a large, moss-covered rock, the remnants of a forgotten landmark we vaguely recognized from the trail map. The storm clouds had parted, revealing a pale sliver of moon struggling to pierce the thick canopy. Linda, ever resourceful, dug out our emergency blanket and wrapped it around the two of us. We sat there for what felt like hours, waiting to get warm and dry out. The hike back to the campsite was a blur. The next morning the weather was better, much better in fact. And here's the kicker. We spent the whole day retracing our steps, but the cabin? Nowhere to be found. There was no clearing, no crooked porch, nothing. We packed up camp quickly, eager to leave Blackwater Woods behind. The drive home was filled with a tense silence. We couldn't bring ourselves to talk about what we had experienced, the memory of the cabin and the thumping sound too raw, too terrifying. There's no logical explanation, no sinkholes, no hidden paths. Just gone.it was like it had never existed. I don't know what we saw, what we heard, but something was definitely wrong in Blackwater Woods. Maybe it was just a creepy coincidence, a trick of the light and the storm. But the thought of that half-eaten meal, that abandoned beer, it sends chills down my spine even now. So yeah, that's my story. Consider it a cautionary tale for all you city slickers out there. Blackwater Woods holds a secret, and whatever it is, it doesn't want to be disturbed. What is up, guys? Mr. Shadow Whisper here. Thanks for sticking with the video. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like and subscribing for more. I always appreciate your feedback. So leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. And if you have a story you'd like to share, there's a link to my email in the description box.